Hi guys, Brain here. Welcome to the video that you probably knew was coming, but we're kind of confused on why it didn't come right away. Usually when there's huge DBD news, like the consultant program or something like that coming out, you know, I'm pretty on it. Especially lately, I've been not doing the thing I used to where I would sit on news for a day and just release a video right away like everybody else does. But I want to take my time with this because for reasons that we will get into, I have very close ties to this consultant thing. No, I am not one. Just making that clear real quick. But I wanted to, you know, take my time, wait for behavior to release what they wanted people to know, and we'll kind of talk about that as well, before I potentially got people that I care about in trouble. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this consultant program thing, because even if I don't make a video about it, people are going to ask me about it anyway. So let me try to do this the best way I can. Sorry, it's going to be a little bit more of a semi-rant or an outright rant. Well, it's not really a rant. It's just kind of like unfiltered thoughts kind of thing. I know I just made one about Skull Merchant, but yeah, talking too much. Anyways, so the consultant program is a big thing that has come out with the from behavior. It's a pretty big deal because people have been lobbying the DBD community for so long for some sort of like test group or test program, and a lot of people levied that the Fog Whisperers should do it. But as we're finding out, a lot of Fog Whisperers didn't even know it existed. I knew it existed for a really, really long time. I know two people that are in the program. One of them told me way ahead of time, so I've known about the program for years at this point, but they're under NDA, so they, you know, I couldn't talk about anything, they couldn't really talk about anything. It was just kind of just like, you know, talk among two friends. But I do know I do know a couple people in the community and are in the consultant program and have for a while. Sorry, this is really hard to compose my thoughts because my main thing I guess I should talk about right now is I'm very worried and scared because the consultant program being announced puts a lot, like it puts those people, it puts all of them in kind of not harm's way, but it kind of puts a red dot sight on them from the DBD community, and especially the two people I know that I am friends with. I worry for them because now anytime we get something like the Twins chapter that goes through and it's tremendously terrible quality, which is not, I don't mean that any offense to behavior, it was just the change, almost all the changes got reverted. There were multiple performance issues that were almost game breaking. There was severe health hazards that went through with that chapter. It was terrible. Now all that's not going to go at behavior. Now all of that's going to go at normal people. Like, they do get paid, right? There's to some extent they're aligned with behavior, right? They do get paid for their work. But now all that's going to go at the consultants are going to be there. People in the community are going to go to the consultants and be like, why did you let this through? Why did you not tell them? And I'll tell you, obviously you guys have seen the Dowsy thing, right? The Dowsy thing about how he was one and he got really frustrated how they never listened. And I can tell you, based on the couple of people that I know that have been in the consultant program for quite some time, that is corroborated. That is sometimes it's kind of just you know, it's a grain of salt. They take the things that they say as a grain of salt. It's like, your input is valued. We may not do anything with it, but like, cool, neat. You know, sometimes they leave you on red. Sometimes they do stuff with what you say. But it's definitely not a, hey, this can't hit live. This is a problem that they won't necessarily one-to-one listen. But my big worry and my big thing that I'm worried about is my friends getting harassed by the DBD community over this, because the DBD community will harass you over very little things, like you tunneled, you proxy camped, you brought a strong perk build. Like we had in that one React video, we had that one person in the middle of that React video saying like, yeah, if you 4-man slug, I deserve to yell at you and call you awful things because, you know, you 4-man slug, which is like, that is the mindset of the community. So just like, it really scares me that now my friends are just going to be in a position where the community is going to potentially come after them for not catching something before it hits live. And it may not even be something objective. Something like the Twins changes obviously were not good for the health of the game. They were obviously not stable. They were obviously a health risk. All of that, like, that's at the end of the day, that like a logical person understands that, like, well, that's at the end of the day, it's the company's choice to put that through. It's not the consultant's choice to put it through, but people are going to pin it on them. And that is an objective case where like that definitely should have gone through, but some people are just not very logical, not very understanding, and some people have their own biases and feelings that they want to see that are treated as the same level as something like the white strobe effect or something going through. Like, oh well, I'm a Legion fan and Legion's been criminally too weak for decades, blah blah blah. You know, like just complete over exaggeration. But they've drank the tea, they firmly believe it, and now those people are going to be like yelling at the consultants like, oh, what's the Legion not buffed again? Legion has this one bug since 1985. Why haven't you fixed it? Haven't you told them about that? Like the DMs they're probably going to be getting, they're probably gonna have to go very, very private with their DMs. Like, I think like for the most part, I feel like a lot of people freaking out about the consultant thing have like blown it out of the water. And obviously I can't say this without bias because I've known people for a long time that have been in there for a long time, and I've been close with some of them. So it's like, I can't say, I'm obviously coming from a place of bias, and I'm just trying to paint it the best way I can, but I just know that these are my homies, so there's some bias laden in there. I just worry for them. I just worry for them in the position that they're in now. It feels like they're going to take some of the aggro from behavior now, and I don't want that. And it, like, you know, many people are talking about, it's making me wonder why they even went public with it anyway. I don't know. I just don't know why they did that. I just worry for my friends. That's all. And then when it comes to situations like the spooky loops thing, I think it's really weird that the Fog Whisperers didn't know. Like some of them just had no clue that there was a thing, especially with how often so many of them have been like rallying to be to have something like this in existence, and just to find out that secretly it has been this whole time, and you, despite being already partnered with the company, weren't allowed to participate. It's kind of wild, kind of interesting, and I do think that there's a there is a point to be had that if you have been wanting that for so long, like they couldn't have just like told you like, hey, this does exist, it is being worked on, even if you don't directly get invited into it. Like, not even just being aware that it's a thing. Like, you're not even just being aware that it exists. That way you can, you know, sleep better at night knowing that all the things that you've been telling behavior that the game needs worked on, the game needs help with, there is a team working on it. There's a team that gives feedback. Some of them are Fog Whisperers, some of them are not. You know, like, it is being worked on. It is being worked on. Like, that reassurance, not the perk, not the Rebecca Teachable, but just some reassurance that it is being worked on, and it is happening, especially since so many of the Fog Whisperers mostly like gear themselves towards educational content and trying to make the health of the game as good as it possibly can be. I understand the right to be frustrated about that. And like I said, I was going to talk about this, but like I said, semi-ran video, so not very organized. I don't like the way that it came out initially that, oh, well, we're announcing the consultant program, but they didn't tell people that it had been a thing for years. Like, the people I know personally that are in it have been there since like 2018, 2019. They've been there a long time, a very, very long time. It's been a long time they've been in that program, so I don't know. It feels very weird the way they phrase that. Like, it feels like it's like a trickle down of information. Like, the people that hear it that and don't keep up with it are gonna be like, wow, they have a consultant program, neat, can I be a part of it? But like, the people who are gonna pay attention and continue to follow the information, like actually go to the forums where Peanuts actually like talked about it and be like, oh, this has actually been around forever. But that's not gonna hit everybody. That information's not gonna hit everyone. So it seems very weird and almost like they're trying to trick you the way they went about it. It's very odd. It's very, very odd the way they went about it, and it was very bizarre. I think it's cool in the sense that like at least the consultants can talk about it, because that's something you can, like, it's paid work. You put on a resume, right? You're a game tester. You're a consultant game tester. Like, you can put that on a resume and that helps you in life. And I messaged one of them like immediately afterwards. I was like, hey, you can put this on a resume. I'm so proud of you. You get to tell everybody, wow. And I was like so excited for them. But the point I was trying to get to earlier is like, that's why didn't want to say anything right away, and now everybody's making videos about it, and I'm gonna get asked about it anyway, because like behavior, the way they went about it was so like also like cloak and dagger. Like it's like, okay, we're announcing the secret program, but we're not telling you all the information about the secret program up front, and we're leaving out certain information on purpose, but then we're going to tell you later, but not in the same place. We're going to tell you in a forum. It's like, I didn't know what I was allowed to say, because like, you know, I'm not in the program. I just know a lot of people that were, so I didn't want to like accidentally get them in trouble and say something, like, because if they were going with the route, they're like, oh well, it's secret and it's totally brand new. It's totally brand new, and it's a brand new program. Apply today. You know, like, I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, that's been a thing for like years and years at this point. But I didn't want to say that and then get them in trouble, because like the PR push is like, oh well, secretly it's brand new, even though they've been here forever. I didn't know. And shady. That's what I've been looking for this whole time. Sorry, shady. It's very, very shady the way they're going about it. So I just didn't want to make a video about it because I didn't want to get my friends in trouble. If it is not made evident, and if I have not made this absolutely clear, this is what I'm capping this video off with. Please do not reach out to these people, positively or negatively, for changes about the game. Behavior, I picked them for a reason. The people that I know on there have like twice the amount of time in the game that I have. So like very experienced players. So yeah, they're picked for a reason, positively or negatively. Please don't harass them and try to reach out to them privately to try to get changes across or ask them progress on something. They are still under NDAs. They are still not allowed to talk about the things that they test and work on. And no, they're not going to magically levy the devs to change something just because if anything, you badgering them in DMs and harassing them in DMs is going to do the opposite. So don't do that. Do not do that. And especially, like I said, negatively, especially do not yell at them, harass them, or bother them about things that happen in Dead by Daylight in terms of balance, updates, changes that you don't like. Because, like I said, it's like a grain of salt. Like they're consulted with, they take their opinion into account, but a lot of the time they don't act on it. So it's like you're just essentially harassing somebody for literally no reason. Please don't treat these people like you're punching bags. Please do not do that, because all they do is all that happens is behavior goes, hey, this thing's coming. You test this for us, and then they test it, give their thoughts, and that's it. That's the relationship. They have sway, quote unquote, right? Because like direct consultancy, but like there is no guarantee they will ever act on that information. And as you're seeing, as so many more consultants speak up, a lot of times they just outright don't. So please, please, please do not go to these people and treat them like your personal inbox, your little Dropbox for your suggestions. Please do not like make them take aggro for things that behavior decides to do. Yeah, that's my take on it. Sorry that it took me a while to get this out. Like I said, I keep saying over and over, I know some people in there and have known them for quite some time. So I'm worried for how they're going to be treated post this announcement. And also I did not know, with behavior being kind of weird about the way they're announcing the information, that what's secret, what's not. So I didn't want to like unintentionally get people that I know in trouble. So yeah, people are gonna have a lot of feelings about this. Obviously Spooky Loops is very, very frustrated. I don't know how the general community feels about it. I know some people are overjoyed. People are like, yes, this is great, and I want to join tomorrow, and they're super excited about it. And other people are like, this is the biggest scam ever, and the fog whisperers are just the fog shillers now. And there's like two completely different takeaways. They're just like polarly opposite. They're very it's very extreme. It's either one or the other, and I would just, hazard to, like with most things in life, don't fall too far into the deep end of either of these thoughts, and try to keep a level head. So, yeah. What do you guys think about the whole consultant drama? Because that's what it's becoming. It's becoming drama. Let me know down in the comments below. But that's going to be it for today's video, friends. Thank you so much for watching. Other than that, I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.